You got your lighting set.
It's gonna be great.
It's been a while because I do my card show off camera, so we can't really give any call outs or anything, but I can also, clip some of this in the beginning. But
You gotta see your beautiful face.
yeah, I know, it's been a while. It's been a while. Welcome back. You guys can hear me loud and clear.
Oh yeah.
Sounded great.
The Josh and Cole Hole with special guest Dan Hesse, featured cast member, and we bumped him up to full time. Uh, our ratings were
Welcome
highest.
back.
Yeah, Dan. I think we've been on a hiatus in the Bojacks League, but we're happy to report it's back healthier than ever. Were we ever at 12 teams in the Bojacks? I feel like
Not
I think we
yes.
were.
I feel
Because I
like
think
Yes.
I won $1,200 one time.
Good for you, Dan.
and I think that was you guys are both champions, right? And I believe
Mhm.
I've won. Maybe
Great.
I might be making that up. We're featuring all star cast, but I think that's
All 0-1
yeah,
currently.
yeah. I was gonna get to that in a second, but yes, Dan. I don't know if you noticed, but you're on the bottom. Uh,
I did notice.
and then me, our boy Caleb, and then Cole rounding out the guys plus Maine who got beat. But yeah, it was a bloodbath, wasn't it? Right?
Not great.
Yeah, some players didn't show up.
The two resident Packers fans, and the commish. It's awful. And I don't know about your guys' matchups. Who did you play?
Dan, you want to go first?
Somebody.
Oh, I
Do you
gotta think
remember?
about it.
Oh, I played a Shearer. I believe it was Derek. Those Shearer brothers. I was gonna say, man,
They're sitting on
those teams
top.
are those teams are looking pretty stacked.
Yeah, they knew what they were
They
doing.
they knew what they were doing. They made some moves. Derek, I'm pretty sure, could have sat like three or four of his guys and just played Tyreek Hill and still beat me. So,
Ugh.
um,
So
yeah, Cheetah's running wild.
I had some notes on the Sheer boys. I felt like bless Derek's heart because nonchalantly he's like, "Yeah, my brother, he might play. Fuck it." And then
Juggernaut
yeah,
team.
his brother came to the draft and was like, "Hey, who? What do you know about this guy?" And then, I wanted to talk about this, and I'm so glad I remembered it. But I was thrown off by a lot of things. One, catching up, but two, Derek's finger
Hmm.
banging of the mouse. I'm sure you guys remember that.
Oh yeah.
We had a situation where Derek's mouse selection was audible and then some, right? And I think we were
You
all.
could really
It was
tell when he thought he was making moves.
it was a tactic.
We didn't have to
I mean,
look
let's
at.
call it
Bum,
let's
bum,
call
bum,
it what
bum,
it
bum,
is.
bum.
We had an auction draft, and so there's a lot of clicking, but we knew whose Derek
A lot of
guy
picking, a lot of
was,
clicking.
right? I think for me, I tried to like once it hits $10, then I'll jump in, right? I
Okay.
kind of play that role, right?
You were the last one to draft a player, I'm pretty certain.
I am. I was
But then
happy.
you filled your team like first because
That,
you had
that
enough cash
yeah, that's
to start
correct.
winning everyone out.
I
So
How many running backs did you wind up with?
more than the max, I'm sure, because I'm the
yeah,
commish. But I think I have like 8 of them, and I don't love any of them. And my wide
no,
receivers are dog shit.
oh, no. Let me look. It
My
was a rough week, huh?
Drake London scored 0 points. Wasn't
I
even
was about to ask, did he play?
he
Did
played.
he
He
did he play
wasn't.
the football game?
Apparently, I did not watch tape, but he was not even targeted. I guess. And
What's up
then
with that?
I have no idea. And so I'm leaving the draft with Drake London and Sky Moore,
You thought that was a steal.
two sleepers I'm high on. I have Drake London in another league. Not that you care, not that you should care, but I
Well,
thought
why
that
you?
guy had like next level Everyone's all about Chris Olive down in New Orleans, right? From that
Did you say
same,
Olive?
I believe his name's Chris Olive.
Isn't it Olave? Or am I saying it wrong?
If it's a lave, it would make a lot of sense.
I like Olive though. We'll put him on pizza.
I thought it was Chris Olive from college. Do you know the college?
Uh,
Dan's wearing the colors, I think.
University.
The Ohio State, I believe.
Oh,
Is he a
this
Buckeye?
this is
Yeah, he
not
is a
Ohio
Buckeye.
State colors.
Well, I mean, it's
Dan would never, would
This is
never,
Cardinal.
not inner Big Ten. No, not at all.
would never.
So yeah, it was it. And another thing that I noted was the guys that told me they weren't gonna be there still
Yeah.
ranked their players. You know.
I mean, that shows they cared, right?
Well, yeah,
Put
it's
some thought, put some heart into it.
great participation for sure. Yeah, the league's alive and well. But yeah,
I, yeah.
look at
The,
my team. It's awful.
the kids are all right.
Do you
Let's
guys
take a
have
look.
any studs? Did you pay top dollar for somebody?
I waited a little long to pull the
I think,
trigger.
I think Saquon was my one big spend.
Let me look at
See,
the.
like, and that was just it. Like, I never spend on quarterbacks, and then next thing I knew, I found myself with Josh Allen. Right, Cole? We were talking about that at the draft.
Yep.
And then I was just kind of tied to him. And the Shear brothers, they were like the two Bash brothers in Mighty Ducks. They just went to work. Derek,
Just
Well, that's
sharing.
one thing about the auction draft is if you don't overpay for somebody, you're not going to get somebody until like
right?
the 20th pick.
It's only like what is that? Do you want that guy? Right?
It's it's really interesting to see the mix of strategies here, right?
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
you waited and loaded up when it was your time, when you felt you need to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
I kind of did a little similar strategy. I may have overpaid. I'm looking at the draft recap, and Amon-Ra St. Brown was my number one. Well, as far as money goes,
He'll,
spent $40 on him.
oh,
Maybe a reach, but I love
he'll
him.
be
But I
okay.
love him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, $40.
And then I mean, it is what it is.
I mean,
Waited to jump on. Once the clear running backs are off the board, kind of waited for more of those budget yet kind of deep receivers, right? Like
yeah,
there's so many receivers to choose from that
and
you can
correct.
feel pretty comfortable. So
Yeah, I went
um
shopping in the $10 to $20 tier. I mean, it was also a very weird week one, right? I mean that Buffalo game versus the Jets. We can talk about Aaron segue in a little bit, coming after the commercial break. But I heard some crazy stat on Carmen and Yurka where the dogs week one statistically were like 62%.
mhm.
And I don't know what that has to do. I mean, did you guys watch Hard Knocks at all? Dan, I think I
Of
texted you.
course.
Yeah, Colt.
I didn't watch any Hard Knocks.
Colt,
Of course I did.
Colt definitely did.
Most of the time I draft my team based on how the people in Hard Knocks make me feel, which is usually emotional. Um,
100%.
I'm pretty sure I called myself Team Hard Knocks one year because I drafted like everyone from this. I don't remember what team it was, but they tugged at my heartstrings, and I decided I needed them in my life. I needed to extend that emotional, uh, you know, connection
Oh,
into the regular season, which did not pay off financially in any way, or it actually brought me quite a lot of pain because those players ended up
Oh yeah.
not being very good. But at the time, it felt great, so it was a
okay.
win at the time.
So I've introduced some hardcore football fans to Hard
Okay.
Knocks that don't have HBO or whatever, right? Like, it's almost on par with like, hey, winding down the night. Does anyone want to watch Dark Knight? But my friend Nate was all about it, and we spent a good portion of the evening like watching 2 or 3 episodes of them at an hour long, right? Let's say instead of a movie. But in his league, we play in an individual defensive player league. I drafted Anzalone from Detroit because he was like kind of a star linebacker, I think, and then another kid that was a rookie draft pick, linebacker in Detroit, and then
Rodriguez, was that the guy?
Rodriguez,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
and then a few years back when it was Atlanta or whatever, Deontay Freeman. He had
Mm-hmm.
me when he was sipping on his Capri Sun. I loved that. He was getting a tour of the facilities, and this lady was telling him everywhere, like this is where you go to log
Uh-huh.
in, blah blah blah. He's like, "That's what's up," and then he slurps an entire Capri Sun in the golf cart.
That's my boy.
Drafted him, had a big
That's my
beard.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, Rodriguez.
Well,
What did they call him? Rigo, right?
yeah, something like that. Malcolm, is that his name? Malcolm, or am I making that up? I don't
That
even
could be
know.
right. But
Um,
yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the Jets' Hard Knocks.
Rodrigo. I did too. I thought it was, obviously being a Packer fan, having I don't know how Dan feels, but still, you know, uh, a, a love and hate relationship with Mister 12, Mister 8, um, Mister Torn Achilles. I
Whenever
had
I
and
see Randall Cobb, I get a smile. I will say that.
yeah. Well,
He
it's
makes me
nice.
smile.
You see Cobby, you see Lazard, you see Aaron
Yeah.
having a resense like focus, which I guess you can have mixed emotions about, right? Too, like where was that in Green Bay? But
Mm.
um, in the same regard, like just seeing an energy in that crew, and like I was all the way on board with the Jets to be a contender, that like to be the team this year. Like I was ready for it. Um, and watching that show and like just seeing that team come together, and like how can you not be inspired by Salah and all of his fucking the crow and the I don't know what was the bird thing he
I like the crow analogy. The crow's the only thing that'll attack an eagle. First off, I don't fucking believe that. Okay, I'm picking an eagle at every fight. Maybe
yeah
if a purging
yeah
falcon's got
but
300
I
feet, but
but
yeah,
I believed him. I was ready to believe him.
I was
Like
like,
I
oh,
totally they're fucking winning the Super Bowl because of that crow speech. I was ready for it.
I
And
took.
now
Great point.
4 plays into the season, yes, they beat Buffalo, but Buffalo, I don't know. Josh Allen was forcing things. It just did not
Really,
feel.
3 picks.
Yeah,
I didn't watch
yeah.
the game, but I went to. I was dealing with Charles and went to bed.
Fucking Dan with the martini glass out of nowhere. I love it.
Yeah, I'm so glad to have both of you back right now. I first off, I likened it to like eat crow, kind of,
Uh huh.
But my brother Jonathan is he lives in Ohio. He's a Jets fan. We've got our secondary teams that we love, and he's a Jets fan like through and through. Like uh, loves Chad Pennington and Wayne Cabret. And he'll be like, "Where did Wayne Cabret go to school?" I think it's Hofstra. I'm not sure. Anyways,
Okay. Fair
uh,
enough.
but he's been authentic, right? It's cool to like another team other than your home area or whatever. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. For me, like
Packers fans don't generally do that.
I get that. I get that. For me, it's more apparent in baseball. I got my teams I
Did you?
root for.
Yeah.
But he lives in
I'm
Ohio
changing.
now, so he's.
Change it. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna
Finish.
say. I mean, he's leaning on the Appalachians. He's got Pittsburgh
Okay.
Steelers and
Beautiful.
the Brownies and the Bengals all around him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Jets. How did he land on Jets?
Yeah.
I don't really know the origin tale of that, but I
Got,
mean it's shrouded in mystery, much like I am a Yankees fan. So
got it.
He's
Well,
is
we all
he
have our faults.
younger than you?
older.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I was gonna change subjects real quick
Oh, go ahead.
and
I love
just
it.
mention. Did anyone? Well, it's related to the Jets. Did anyone see? I saw on the Twitter X feed. Did anyone see the the bar that was offering free drinks in Wisconsin if the Jets lose a game.
Oh, yeah,
So
I've been
everyone
there.
was
I've
okay.
been there many
Dan
times.
Dan
Yeah.
knows what we're talking about. And everyone was running up their tab when Rodgers got hurt, and like they literally panned to a news feed of the game ending
Oh.
when they and
Oh.
everybody in the place like in an uproar of realization that oh shit, I ran my tab up and I have to pay now. It
I
was a great moment.
oh my god, I didn't see that. I'll have to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so good.
I put $20 on the Bills to win. Having the time of my life on DraftKings finally. But
Sure.
Benji, Phoenix Stealth, he's like, "Are you watching the game?" He texted me, and I'm like, "No." I was like, "What's up?" And at that point, like, Ben was up by like 5 points or something, and we were both in like 66-point realm. And he's like, "Rodgers got hurt on the fourth play. Doesn't look good." Uh, and I was like, "All right, let's go." And I thought that was it.
It's a roll.
And I went to bed. I'm at like 1 a.m. nursing Charlie on the first bottle duty, and I look at the scores, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I see negative or whatever 3 picks. I'm like, what? I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it speaks more to. I mean, the Jets defense
It's
clearly,
good. It's good, right?
they're good, but you know, Josh Allen obviously was forcing things. He's slowly to me like merging into a Brett Favre type of player that just tries to, they say hero ball, or that's a term I'm sure Dan is familiar with some of Aaron's accolades in the playoffs, but like hero ball where you're just forcing shit and trying to make something magical happen. And, you know, 98, 99% of the time, the magic just isn't going to work out for you. Right. So I don't know. He needs to get it together. I like rooting. You mentioned like that second team. Like I like rooting for the Bills. I think they're a fun team to root for.
Yeah,
But like you can't help but think like, did they hit their ceiling? Like is AFC Championship game like their ceiling?
100%. Patrick
Yeah,
Mahomes is just gonna win Super Bowls.
right.
Uh, yeah. I mean, you can get behind them. I mentioned Cincinnati and Cleveland. Um, Sorry to our viewers, but if you meet a brownie fan or a bagel fan, I mean, they're from Ohio, dang it. But they've been
You only
through
have so much.
they've been
You
through
only
a
have so
lot.
much.
They've been through a lot. But yeah, the Bills. I mean, speaking of being through a lot,
Hmm.
all those Super Bowls. I don't know. I didn't really like the Cowboys either. So like, I was kind of behind Thurman Munson, Jim Kelly. Dan, you weren't even on Earth, were you?
Well, I mean, one of my earliest memories is watching the Packers win Super Bowl 33, but
Oh man,
Beautiful.
I think we've actually unpacked that memory. Um, we'll go back to the archives next week and feature it.
Desmond Howard. Dan, just picture it now.
oh yeah.
I was gonna surprise you guys and do like a kind of a title card sequence where I introduce both of you and try to find some baby picture, but keep
Uh,
that on the docket.
okay. You never know.
So he's out for the year. He tore his Achilles. Is he coming
He's
back?
out. It's a great question. Um, I think yes, just from what I'm hearing. And like I feel like he is stubborn enough in his mind to not let that be the end. I mean, he
Right.
may he may, he may put some herbs in his body and think,
Hmm.
this is life telling him that it may be time, but I think at the end of the day his competitive nature is going to take over, and he knows what he has in that team, right? Like he knows
Yeah.
that defense is stacked. He knows those offensive weapons are there, and he knows that Lazard and Cobb and Amos and who all the other Packers that followed him there, right?
Right.
Like
What are
Yeah.
they?
I feel like he's gonna have a sense of
Yeah.
um kind of needing to owe it to those guys to make it worth it. So I think yes. Um, it'll be interesting. I, he goes on McAfee every Tuesday. I was wondering if he'd pop in, and obviously, like it being that, just really the day after the incident, I'm not surprised that he didn't join. But I'm curious if he will at some point go on and just kind of air his thoughts and which he
Aaron,
loves to do.
Aaron. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
he just needs to call home, guys. Okay, he needs to talk to his parents. All right.
Yeah, like you always say, Josh, he doesn't have too many commitments outside of football, so he's gonna be back.
He's probably
And
gonna
if
be
you
back.
saw his Instagram post today,
I did not.
he's going off the radar seemingly for a bit to collect
Okay.
his feelings, but
Oh, he's going
I've got every inkling that he's gonna be back. Yeah,
How can he not? He's going back into a silent chamber.
yeah.
He's
He's
gonna. Christ Almighty.
gonna go on a trip,
Uh,
maybe.
he
One
made
more than
a
one way.
he made a post saying he's going offline or what?
Yeah, more or less, he appreciated everybody reaching out, and he'll
On the X.
Fuck off.
look at his messages at some point.
Oh, I'm trying to do post prod. See, that's why I need it. Oh, oh no, there's a pinned tweet. It says, "Hey everyone, just wanted to clear some things up. Yes, I will be playing with the. This is from March 8th, 2022. Let's get
Yeah,
some.
this is
Not sure about that one, Josh. I don't know if that.
Let's get some. I just saw.
that
Hey
was
everyone.
that was declaring intent
Boy, what
of
a
playing with the
journey.
Jets, I believe.
Wait,
Oh,
you want me to find his is an Instagram post?
oh no, I'm just I'm
Uh,
trying to pull up a different window. Put it
Is
X.
David Bakhtiari tagged in that post? Dan, can you tell me?
I don't think so.
No.
I
He
read it
rarely he
earlier.
rarely goes a post without tagging the giraffe. They miss each
He
other.
did not. There are no tags in it whatsoever.
Okay. Unfortunate for Bakhtiari.
Yeah, Bakhtiari was very quick to
Oh, you said Instagram, not as
yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah, Bakhtiari
Instagram.
was quick to blame the field for the injury.
Well, we're going on year 3 of Bach having knee issues, and he
That's
blames the
true.
turf 100%. So it totally makes sense to me for him to jump on, especially with his best buddy getting hurt.
Yeah.
I saw that he literally posted stats of like, natural grass injuries compared to turf
Hmm.
injuries, and it's pretty stark contrast there. So,
Hmm.
and they're pissed too because the whole FIFA Cup thing, like the stadiums are willing to switch out to grass for soccer matches, but they can't switch over to natural for the NFL and maintain it, right?
Hmm.
So, money chasing obviously, but it's yeah, I never
Yeah.
played a snap, never played it down in my life, so I don't know.
You never
I gotta trust those guys.
never played
No,
football.
no, I was always basketball.
Basketball. That's right. That's another archive
Yeah.
clip. I'm rolling his I'm rolling his Instagram page up here. Is he really some kind of Jedi in a robe?
Yeah, that's his page.
Okay, so
That's
his.
him.
Oh, that's right. So he carried out the American flag and then tore his Achilles. The thing I don't get is how Peyton
Yeah.
Manning was like, "Oh, that's a, ooh, oh, ooh, that's bad." Like it didn't even look that bad. If I, you know,
Well,
it's
it
just.
didn't look bad
But the fact that he sat
until
down, right?
yeah. Well, I I was when I watched it is like I think Peyton thought it was just like a rolled ankle or something until he saw the cart come out, and then he kind of had that reaction, right? So um and Bears fans know the cart doesn't always mean the end for Rodgers, but in this
Okay,
case, unfortunately.
I'm pulling up the post. Okay.
And I did see some tweets or whatever by doctors, and apparently you could see the calf snap
Yes.
back.
You can see it. If you slow down, there is a specific angle where you can see the calf snap back. You're right, Dan.
I'm
And it did not Do you guys ever these
Doesn't
Achilles
look
injuries?
bad until you understand what that
Yeah,
means.
these Achilles injuries are horrific and like visually like disturbing. Did you guys ever watch Tariq Cohen doing his? He was like doing. I don't know if it was a Facebook Live or like like a
Oh yeah.
Instagram Live or whatever, where he was doing his training and it
Yeah.
literally snapped
I don't mean to
as
be
he was doing it.
laughing, but yeah,
Yeah,
it
where
goes
he was
down.
trying to come back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's awful.
trying to show the world he's ready to come back, and then he just snaps his Achilles live on the
Oh,
internet.
there's a guy in my
Yeah.
office that's wearing a walking boot. I was like, "What'd you do? Break your foot?" And he's like, "No, tore my Achilles." And
Ugh.
every time he talks to somebody, he's like, it's, I mean, that's awful. But I have the post up. Okay, so he has the American flag. He's running out onto the field, right? September 11th. Somebody was talking about that. He says, "Thank
Never
you."
forget.
Never forget.
This is not from March 8th, 2022. It says, "Thank you to every person that has reached out, called, texted, DM, yada, yada, yada." I get in.
Yeah.
He's heartbroken. But this is where Aaron Rodgers, and I just think back to everything I hate about him. The night is darkest before the
Okay.
dawn. He fucking quotes The Dark Knight.
That's he's just a weird guy, but like
And that's the
I
worst
don't know.
part is Hard Knocks. I'm
I
embarrassed to
appreciate
admit
the hell
this.
out of him.
Yeah, I kind of. It's like George Bush after office. I watched Hard Knocks and I was like, okay, he's kind of a cool guy. I always remember he's from California.
Yeah,
I instantly, being a Bears fan, I instantly think that he's up in Wisconsin.
on the
He's
hatch.
making out with his sister. He's eating sausages. And he's not
Yeah.
doing any of that. He's in
Well,
silent chambers and not getting vaccinated. That's another
if
reason I
you
hate him.
if you remember the trajectory of, so he started going to McAfee, and his popularity really boomed. Like people are like, oh, he's kind of a cool guy. Like I'm actually kind of into him. And then the COVID shit happened, and then the
I
vaccination
forgot
stuff happened,
all
and
about
it
the.
immediately
Yeah.
they like completely plummeted any sort of goodwill that was built in the public, right? And then post pandemic, like he's still on McAfee. Yeah, like he's probably well received overall, but certainly did not. He had kind of isolated a very large population of folks off of his side at that point, just based on back status and just general. People know that he's like kind of a
Well,
conspiracy
what I
theorist
had
and
said
like
was
yes, Dan,
immunized.
yes, immunized. I mean, I take a daily vitamin. I could say that I'm 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 immunized, I suppose, in a sense.
Jay
But
Cutler wouldn't even F that up.
yeah, he
He'd find a
really
way.
Jay
he
Cutler's
fucked that up.
diabetic. He was at the front of the line, man. You
Yeah,
know?
he fucked that up. Um, but yeah, I mean, he's a weirdo. He quotes shit. He talks about. They even made it part of Hard Knocks. If you watch Hard Knocks, like him and Hackett, their love for Gold Member and all that shit, like that goes back to like
Yeah.
the Gold Zone was a Green Bay Packer thing.
Yeah.
Horrible '90s to early aughts comedies, like stuff like that. Like that's just him. You know, it
Yeah,
just
that
that
the
kind of
Hackett guy loving
copes with
Gold
humor.
Member. That's my favorite movie. I'm like, what?
1 year in Denver, baby. Now I get it. Now I get it.
Austin Powers 2 is way better than Gold Member, right?
Yes,
Agreed.
agreed.
That makes me
Haven't
so.
seen him. Haven't seen him in a minute, but agreed.
Yeah.
Cold hard fact.
Yeah, I did enjoy their game where they were trying to make each other laugh when they were playing the pylon end zone game, but
Yeah,
that can
yeah.
segue into um,
The rundown.
well, week 1 recap. Not really. I mean, we kind of talked about it. We're all 0-1. Some crazy
all
games,
suck.
but more importantly, A-Rod, UFO, this or that. That's right. He's another UFO kind of weirdo, right? his story.
Yeah, I kind of just brushed that one off. I'm like, sure. I'm sure that he was, you know, there's weird shit in the sky all the time. I'm sure he was high on
All right,
something,
I guess
looked
I
up and saw
don't.
something weird.
I'm not familiar with this story.
Okay. Well, you didn't watch
Did
Hard
Aaron
Knocks, Dan,
Rodgers
so
say he saw a UFO? Is
he did.
Uh,
He did.
Convincingly. And it was like he came out onto the porch. The source, it wasn't Joe Rogan.
millionaires don't have porches on their house. They've got verandas or
He was
balconies
the
or
way he sold it. He was up in the Northwoods or something.
Porch.
He came out on the porch.
The old screen.
That man does
the old
not have a
screened-in
porch.
And he
The
was
old-
talking about the
the old
Northern
screen-
Lights, and the next thing you know, he was talking about this.
He didn't see the Northern Lights either. It's very
Dan,
rare to see them.
You got to go watch
I
it,
don't know.
but Cole knows what I'm talking about.
I'm not
he
gonna
was-
watch
I do.
He was.
There was a
legit-
segue. Yeah, there was like an old player or something. Well, no longer a player, and they were hanging out or something, and
It was on the
they.
goddamn.
Is he talking about Mason
McAfee
Crosby?
show.
No, not Mason. Um,
Uh,
he's a coach now. I don't know the guy's name, but
Mark Tauscher?
R.W.
Not Mark
McQuarters. Didn't he
R.W.
play?
McQuarters.
Didn't he play
That's
for
a
you guys? I thought he
That's
played
a
for you
Chicago
guys.
Bear.
I thought he played for you guys for like a year. Doesn't
Maybe
matter.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. It's not important.
Got his autograph.
Can I have it?
If you can find it, I don't know where it is.
Ugh. Still living out of boxes. All right. Okay. I had
Pretty much.
no. Just comes it at the end.
Did anyone, while you're finding the next segment, did anyone see? I just got to put this out there. Did anyone see O.J. Simpson's comment on? I don't know if it was today or yesterday. Did you guys hear this? He just
No.
said that they were
Okay.
talking about the Rodgers stuff, and O.J. just out of nowhere just like, 9/11's a bad day for New York.
Oh shit. Yeah. Hell yeah, it is.
9/11 terrorist attacks, Achilles. It's right. Just 1 and 2. I don't know how you rank them, but just a bad New York. It's
How
just a
did
bad
OJ
day for
rank
New
'em?
York.
He's just not gonna go anywhere, is he? Until he just
The juice is loose, baby.
No, I just had all things UFO, aliens. Aaron Rodgers
Yeah.
was the prong of that. Did you guys think about alien technology? Did you think about your favorite
I did.
alien movies? Dan,
I sure did.
I got it all. Got
Dan-
it all, man.
Oh, all right. That's awesome. So, favorite movie involving aliens? Go around.
Well,
And it could be a couple, right? I don't mean.
it's a bunch, not a couple.
Yeah, I knew this would
Yeah,
pique interest.
Dan's gonna be obscure. I'm not. So I'd
Ar-
like to
well,
hear
it's
it.
not going to be obscure.
Wax lips.
Arrival is the great one. That's
Arrival's a good
current.
one. Arrival's a good one.
That's the best one of the last 10 years by far.
Whoa.
All time Contact.
It just came out on Netflix, Dan. I just
Yep.
found that out. Just
Oh, yeah.
Netflix,
All
so.
time is Contact.
Yes.
Awesome. All
Okay.
right. The 90s,
Um,
great time for alien movies. Okay. Yeah.
excellent Jodie Foster film. Excellent
Who doesn't like Jodie?
extraterrestrial intelligence.
Yeah.
Signs spooked the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Wow.
You don't immediately think. I don't immediately think aliens when Signs, even though that is clearly what it's about. Like just
Yeah.
like the Shyamalani-ness of it all
Yeah.
just doesn't pop in my mind
Lady
right away.
in the
But
water, the village, or that one in
Yeah.
the elevator.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure, devil.
And then this is more of a question than a statement. Is K-Pax an alien movie?
Say that again. What was the title?
K-Pax with Kevin Spacey. I love that
Dude,
movie.
fucking
I
eats
don't
the
know.
banana, the whole thing. Yeah.
I don't think I think that's the first one you mentioned that I haven't seen.
Oh man, K-Pax. All right. Wow, these are all deep cuts. Again, though, it proves my theory. Like the
Yeah.
'90s alien movies, they were all over the place. I mean,
Yeah.
Coneheads just came to mind, but
Mm.
Coneheads.
Signs, one of the best, most badass scenes where Joaquin takes the bat and it just ties
Just
together.
keep swinging.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck this. I don't even know what they say.
I'm impressed.
Swing away. Swing away.
Swing away, Meryl. What the fuck? I don't even
Swing
remember.
away.
I don't remember the inspirational message. It's just weird, like the man and his faith. Cole, hit me with some alien movies. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, clearly, you can't see it because I feel like I have my camera, and I'm at my office spot right now. I work in the basement, and my office spot is like aimed at the one corner of my basement that has like nothing.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's a great move. Like people think I'm just like down here in the vastness of nothing, but not true. Unfortunately got shit everywhere down here. But I love the wars in the stars. I love the Star Wars. You could debate all day which one of the Star Wars, especially since the Disney franchise, have
Gone and
come out with
ruined
a
it.
plethora. We have a lot of Star Wars now, but I think just in general, that's just part of my growing up and like just something that
No.
I
Do
absolutely
you consider Star Wars an alien movie?
I do. I mean,
100%. How
Huh.
would you not?
they're
No.
Have you ever been to the cantina? I mean, there's like you.
I own 6 different versions of the Star Wars soundtrack on vinyl. I'm a Star Wars fan.
How do you?
It-
I mean, I
How do you
guess
not?
I don't-
So,
A long time ago in a galaxy far away.
so Dan, I will give you this. Like, if you take the term
The
alien
hero's
as
journey
meaning
that takes place in space.
like a foreign
Don't hit me with that.
a foreign people or a foreign
Space
creature or
opera
foreign
bullshit.
entity coming to Earth, then Star Wars probably not, because they're all spread all over that galaxy. We got creatures all over the place. What about Alien? Is that an alien movie, Dan?
Definitely.
Okay.
Never
Love
seen it,
Alien.
but it's probably an alien movie.
Yeah. You've never seen Alien?
Well, that's no, I've never seen that one.
Have you seen Aliens?
Is that number 2?
You better believe it is.
It is, but more importantly, have you seen 3?
No.
With the alien baby.
I thought we talked about Prometheus at least, though, right? Didn't we? Prometheus.
The Greek myth.
Prometheus. God damn it! This has gone downhill quick.
No.
So Alien, Ridley Scott,
Yeah.
more horror than Alien movie, like more horror than action, suspense. Super creepy. Xenomorphs are great. Sigourney Weaver, fantastic. I Am Zool, all that good stuff. Different movie.
Have you seen that movie, Dan? Are you the gatekeeper?
Zool?
Yeah, Zool. 4 feet above the covers. All right, keep going, Cole. Sorry.
And I mean, how do you not have being a kid from the '90s? How do you not have some love for Independence Day? Come on.
Oh,
I mean,
great.
it's one of those movies that no matter like what place it is in, it's just like one of those rewatchable movies. If you come across it, like just casually, I find myself doing this less and less as streaming and everything has become just more the go-to. But that was one of those movies that was, if it was on TV, no matter where it was, I was just watching it, right? Like it's just a good pick up and watch and have a good time flick. So
I was
one of the great Jeff Goldblum roles.
Checkmate.
Dr.
Golden.
David Levinson.
So many quotes. I was a huge Will Smith fan, and during that time frame, like he was almost like Tom Hanks. He just came out with some bangers, right? Like
Wild Wild West.
wow, well, yeah. ID4.
Men in Black.
Men in Black. And then there was another one in there with Martin Lawrence. Help me
Yeah,
out.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys 1 and 2. It's just a good
Yep.
time. It goes back to my theory of the '90s alien movies. Real rich, you know. It was like same time frame with the disaster films, you know,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Oh
Dante's
yeah.
Peak and culminating in Day After Tomorrow.
No.
But you guys have hit
Armageddon. You can't forget
ow,
Armageddon. Come on.
ow, and then right
Don't want to miss a
into
thing.
I mean, you're talking about Star Wars being not being an alien film. I mean, Titanic's a disaster film with a little bit of love, you know,
Right.
and some titty. But you guys hit on a lot of my movies that led me
Unfortunately.
into alien technology.
Okay.
Okay. I was most excited to talk about this probably and favorite planet if we can get to it. Do we have time? We have time? We have time.
Did you look at a door?
I looked at the other producer in the room.
Oh, I see.
I
Technical
think you
door.
just looked straight at the wall.
It was a wall. Yeah.
I like to think you have like Bo Jackson, like a photo of Bo hanging on your wall that you looked at or something.
I do have a photo, but oh shit. All right. No. All the
Yeah.
movies you guys talked about. Well, yeah, I guess I'll talk about the movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your movies?
Well, the movies kind of segue in with the technology, but definitely one of the first ones I wrote down was lightsaber. I mean, you
That was
know,
mine.
right?
100%.
Yeah.
What is lightsaber?
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Beat saber?
Damn it.
It's in the space
It's a
opera
great game.
flick. Yeah.
Oh, did you went straight to technologies, not movie?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Dan. Did you have lightsaber too? Let me
I
guess. You
did.
probably had Ra's al Ghul or Kylo Ren's
That's my
thing,
goal.
didn't you? His
No,
Uh,
I put hyperdrive generator.
Yeah, perfect.
Dan wants to go places.
I almost put the hyperdrive for sure.
Where would you go,
We
Dan?
we did get some good developments in hyperdrive generator technology in the Ashoka series. If you're up to speed, it's
You better believe I'm up
very
to speed.
interesting.
Did
Oh
you
yeah.
watch last night's episode, Dan?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well,
Oh, you're talking
you're in for a
about
treat. Bud.
the Ashoka. I got you. I was about to scream nerd, but I understand what you. Yeah, it's the new one. Eh?
Nerd alert. Yep,
Af-
Rosario Dawson as
af-
Ahsoka.
After I just said lightsaber. Okay,
That's true.
Cole. Lead it off. Did all you have was lightsaber?
Uh, yeah, because that's all that matters.
Whoa.
Hmm.
Dan,
I
anything
know.
else?
Bold statement. What about like Star Trek, where they can like beam you up? Is that any interest to anyone?
No.
Particle stuff.
No. Dan, you didn't write anything else? I have a scroll.
I didn't put too many other things. I do like the beam me up device. I forget what that
Okay.
is. I do
Dan
believe it
like
does agree with laws of quantum physics.
Just give me a hyperdrive.
Teleportation is achievable theoretically.
okay.
Hyperdrive.
Dan, is that a printer behind you?
Just
This
Canon.
one here.
Canon printer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
it's a IP8720.
Okay. All
We had to
right.
get a
Sorry.
printer, so I
Had to
went all
clarify.
out and got a nice photo printer.
I'm jealous. Print away. Swing away, Meryl.
It's cool when you can. Nice tie back. It's cool when you can print the photos at home. Okay, I'm gonna have to read all these because lightsaber I'm happy about, but I have a few more. I mean I don't think this is alien, but it could be more artificial intelligence. But just the technology behind the T1000, the liquid metal, right? Doesn't really count. But that also ties into a theme on like suits. But everything Predator, cloaking, the lasers, and most importantly, the self destruct capability. Just say,
Sure.
fuck it, and then you start laughing like Vincent Price. The suits kind of tying into also Tron, just wearing like a force field. Yeah, yeah, okay.
Just want to be in the video game.
I do.
Yeah, but that was all in the game. That was
I want to get the shell and just go. And I'm
I
just.
don't know if that was Alien, Dan.
that was in the files are in the computer.
You guys with me though so far, right?
I
Yeah.
haven't seen
Well,
Predator either.
what about the MIB, the memory thing?
I said that to kind of generate things. That's pretty cool. I just wouldn't feel very right, especially in today's world, erasing people's memories.
Mm.
I'd rather
You
have.
do it, you just feel bad about it.
I'd rather have the
So you
technology to carry a galaxy in like a little cat collar. Orion's
so you
belt.
don't want to play God, is what you're saying?
Nope,
You
not at
don't.
all. I don't want that power.
Okay.
We talked about some great '90s movies, Contact and Cape X. Speaking of Me Too and whatever, I had to strip all my Kevin Spacey movies away.
Yeah.
But alien technology. I want the sex appeal of the woman in the movie Species. I just want that ability to seduce a man, make a ultimate hellspawn, and then take the chameleon tail and cut their head off or whatever.
We're getting deep in your fantasies right now.
Oh yeah. And then other excellent '90s deep cut, The Faculty with Josh Hartnett,
Okay.
Usher, and a few others.
Oh, sure.
But I want the drugs that Josh Hartnett's pushing in that movie, and then the swimming ability of the queen. The lady. She's the twist ending. She's the little blonde innocent girl, but she can swim the whole.
Whoa, spoiler alert.
Dan, have you seen that movie?
No.
Yeah. Cole, have you seen Faculty?
No.
Oh man.
I feel like I'm got some movies to watch though now.
Yeah, it's the Varsity Blues of angsty teen horror from the
Okay.
'90s.
Josh Hartnett makes sense. That adds up.
Yeah, yeah. So a little more context. He's kind of the Bender from Breakfast Club. The outcast.
You seen Breakfast Club, Dan?
Yeah, I watched that recently.
Sweet.
Oh shit. Okay.
So Josh Hartnett's pushing some kind of speed thing that ultimately ends up. It's like very Signs like these aliens come into the town and start taking over all the parents and the teachers, and Josh Hartnett's speed cocaine studying thing ends up being the thing that they fight all the aliens with.
Huh.
Jon Stewart's in it.
Love Jon Stewart
Yeah, he plays a science teacher. Spoiler alert: he ends up
from
getting
Big Daddy.
he gets consumed.
Of Big Daddy fame.
Elijah Wood's in it.
Oh,
How old
Flipper
is
fame.
Elijah Wood in this movie?
He's teenager, high school ish. Femke Janssen, she's in it too.
Okay.
I'll give you guys my
That one didn't compute.
VHS copy.
Do you have VHS DVD combo?
I sure do.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
pretty much it. The
Cool.
suits, the lightsabers. Yeah. Notable. Oh God. The Joe Theismann. Worst injury you ever done or witnessed, and you don't have to make it gross or anything. Mine's kind of a funny story.
I'd love to hear it.
So
I never got injured that much.
Yeah, you guys. Dan, I called.
I got a
scratch.
bunch of stitches as a kid.
I
but,
called that one.
Never really got hurt.
So this isn't necessarily like a terrible injury, but Christy and I, one of the first trips we took was to Denver, and we saw a show at Red Rocks. And Red Rocks, is the amphitheater, right? And so all the seats are kind of benches, but they're like situated
Like
in
Lambo.
Yeah, benches and steps, right? So it goes down. But on the outside, they have these trees on the ends. To one, kind of let you know what row it is, but two, it's like every 2 steps are benches, right? So rise and
Okay.
fall of the steps, right? So if you're walking on the very outside, you're going down steps one at a time. But if you somehow veer into those trees, the next drop down is 2 steps down, right?
Yeah.
And Christy and I are watching the opener, and we're watching this guy just do a weekend at Birdie's. Like, he's so far
Oh
back
no.
and walking down the steps.
Oh no.
And then diagonally, and it
Oh
wasn't
no.
that far, but he just face planted. And everyone around him thought he was dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He's
I totally called it too because, at Red Rocks, you got hundreds of stairs. You're in this beautiful, just
Yeah.
like amphitheater. You go down, and we're watching him just stumble. I was like,
Yeah.
Christy, watch this.
Red Rocks Blue Man because he's dead.
It was so funny.
Huh.
And then, of course, you got hippies
Yeah.
just trying to help him out. Dude, are you all right? No. Did you see what I saw? He fell 6 feet onto hard,
Famously stone steps.
hard red rock.
They were painted red with his blood.
Like, I wrote that down, wanted to tell that story, and it's still funny.
Crimson
Oh,
rock.
man. What a way to
Yeah.
go out. No,
Yeah.
just let him lay, man. His leg twitching, that's okay. He's trying to get blood back into his leg.
Yeah. That's his brain trying to communicate with the rest of his body. He's gonna be fine.
Oh, God. Not to mention his face was probably just chewed up.
Did he
but
stay for the show?
I don't even... I wish I had a follow-up. I don't even recall. I just think, like, eventually he's like, I'm alright. But, like, he was out, man. Oh, that's a shame. I can't remember if he lived or not.
You know.
But
Well, let's assume he did.
he most definitely did. I just...
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So Dan, you never got hurt as a child. Well, it sounds like you got
Well,
some
I mean,
flies.
I always got stitches all over my face.
Snitches? Get stitches?
Apparently, I always would catch my fall with my face as a child.
Okay, well, you knew what was important.
Saw Dan fall at Red Rocks.
It only helped apparently because you look great.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Cole?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stitches up this way.
Split your lip?
I fell on the sidewalk playing in a sprinkler.
I got him on my chin.
Just hide it with the facial hair.
Got a helmet right here on the edge of my chin strap in football. That one was a gusher.
Ooh.
Cole?
Missed the artery, hopefully.
Yeah, there are no arteries in the chin.
That's true. Probably a little below it.
Missed it.
Could you imagine having a main artery right here?
Yeah.
If you got a butt chin, your chin's just... Oh, man.
Yeah.
Cole? Near death?
Yeah. So I do have a childhood injury. Paint a picture for you. At 2.5 at grandma's house, entertaining myself with my Ghostbuster toy. I believe it was Egon.
Whoa.
Playing on grandma's exercise bike. Not in motion, mind you, but just clearly the exercise bike was the stage for a grand adventure that Egon was going to go on that day. Egon unfortunately had a tumble, fell into said exercise bike, and 2.5-year-old Cole wanted his Egon back. Clearly, reached in the exercise bike, got my thumb wedged in the gears, and 2.5-year-old Cole screamed for help at that point, realizing Egon needed help, I needed help, we were both in trouble.
Was it the...
So grandma...
But
Huh?
did it have the wheels that were like metal and the fan?
So yeah, like in the area of the pedals, there was like a gap. There's a cover, there's like a safety cover, but there's still a gap, like where the actual um pedal mechanism is attached, right? So I'm a baby, so I have little baby hands.
I'm a baby.
So I, I tried to reach in and fish Egon out, and that went awry very quickly. So I yelled for grandma. Grandma came in clearly not knowing, you know, it's I'm a grandma. Like I'm not
Not a
a
paramedic.
bike mechanic. I don't
No.
know what to do to take this thing apart.
Exercise bike.
So what did grandma do? Grandma decided we're gonna use some good old force. Just
Yeah, she
yank it out.
pulled your fucking baby hand out of there.
She pulled my baby hand, and you can. It's probably not going to be terrible on this camera, but you can kind of see. To
Yeah,
this
we can see your
day,
hand.
if you see the thumb specifically, probably not, probably can't be picked up. But essentially, my thumb ripped in half from like the tip to the back end. This whole flap got ripped in half,
Dude, that is
and
too fucking
I mean,
funny.
you said you didn't need to be gory,
Yeah, no, it's funny
but
because I stuck my finger in one of those metal fan wheels, right? Like you get it
okay.
fucking going, and they had the blades, and that was a
Just babies
style.
putting their hands in things.
Yeah, from the what late '80s, early '90s, or something, right?
That
But
exercise bike was definitely a 70s, 60s bike. All right, there it
literally
is.
have a scar on my finger from
Yeah,
my brother catching some fucking speed, and I just
yeah.
went into it, and
Dink.
boy, we should look that up. There's got to be a class action lawsuit or something for those things.
You're fucking going down, Schwinn.
And I remember, like, I was just like you. I say this to Charlie all the time. It's Kyle Mooney when he's Baby Yoda. He's like, I'm just a little baby, but like, dude, that was one of my earliest memories. Sticking my fucking
Yeah,
finger in that thing
I
and getting
yeah. I
chewed up.
recall the car ride,
Surgery or
the
something,
ER.
whatever
Yeah,
they did.
yeah,
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 I remember
yeah.
they're asking me if like a dog did that, and I was like, "No, exercise bike." You know, you're a little kid. But
It's
yeah, that I've had that scar my whole life, dude.
we're blood brothers.
In a weird way, right? Injured by
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
fucking terrible boy.
yeah. So my nail, you can't pick it up on the camera really well because this camera sucks, but my nail grows like crooked. It grows weird
There
now.
like a crease in the middle of it.
Yes. It
Yeah, I
like,
think I remember that. That
do you remember
disfigurement.
that?
I recall that.
Yeah,
His
sure.
his actual
It's
thumb. Like,
Dan was just
that's Cole's
Dan
thumb.
Dan was bored on one of our Lexington calls, just looked at my
Yeah,
casually looking at
should
my
have been
thumb.
paying attention to a call, but I was just looking at your thumb.
And then Cole caught you. And then Cole
And then
probably was
Josh kicks the phone and we lose the whole connection.
I probably
You remember that,
muted
Josh?
Mary Witt and started asking you
Yeah.
about what that was.
Let's not name drop, Dan. This is going on the internet.
I actually
Let's
did
not
that
name
one
drop.
time. I kicked the cable. It dropped the
Not
call.
around anymore.
Well, I'm sorry. Are
About
you there? Are you there? Hello? What happened?
Yeah, I'm about to jump on a client call that I have to lead. Josh is in the room,
I kicked the
puts his
cable.
big old foot on the phone underneath the table and just kicks the phone, disconnects the phone. I have to scramble to call back in. We have to like reboot the whole phone system. It was
Hold
great.
on. That's gonna take some time.
Yeah,
Technology, man. Look at us now.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like that moment, Josh. You're like, Cole, it's been 3 weeks since I've ran the audits. What do I do?
Jesus Christ, Josh. Well, first off, you're being gracious because that was way more than 3 weeks. But you know, that's what I'm
Just-
unpacking right now. So it just goes to show you got to stay on top of things.
Just keep at it.
Let's go back. Let's run it down. We're
Okay.
approaching the hour mark. Notable waiver wire moves. I didn't really have anything. Who's that one guy? The the guy from
Dan.
the Rams, Puka Akalika.
Pookie.
Yeah, I saw
Pookie.
Honeypot snapped him up right away.
Yeah, that guy. Ben dropped the tight end we loved so much. Okinawa. I forget his name. Okanubi.
Dan, did you pick up Jordan Love?
Oh yeah, I got him for $4 hairs.
And then changed his
Okay.
team name, right? New Daddy Love.
Oh yeah,
I enjoyed teamwork, but New Daddy Love is
new daddy to love.
oh that okay. Yeah, I'll just go back in and change them all. But New Daddy Love sounds like some like neo soul funk or something. Yeah, that's all I
I
had.
saw Cole did a defense shuffle.
What?
You an every week defense shuffle?
I am. You'll be seeing that every week.
He's playing the matchups. What are you doing? Burning a dollar?
Yeah,
Well, if you make it
just a
past the
dollar.
waiver, you don't need to
Well,
wager.
what if someone tries to pick up my defense
Well, yeah, you can do waiver, but I just
for
found out
a
today
dollar?
you don't need
Oh, I
to.
see. I
Yeah.
see.
If you don't put in a claim and nobody picks them, then you can just add them.
Right. 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 Right.
But I like that free agent acquisition instead of the waiver claim because, it's like
Yeah.
you're either putting.
Any trades in this league? I feel like all the leagues I'm in, I never see trades. Trades rarely ever happen. People scared to trade.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a BE guy who would propose trades left and right. Who was that?
I just feel like it doesn't happen
Is
that
that
often.
Rona?
I don't know.
Rona for
Probably.
sure. For me, it's hard to gauge the equivalent of what a running back versus a wide receiver or a quarterback, whatever. But I
Okay.
legit floated out some trades because of the 13 running backs that I have.
Okay, you did. Were any of them accepted?
No, but they all went to the sheer Bash Brothers, and I think I mean, like, just putting it out there, David Montgomery, somebody could use him, right? I got him. I don't even want to trade him, but I have like 6 of those guys on my bench. Pacheco, I don't want to trade him. I don't want to cut him. Put it this way: if you pick up Zay,
Make an offer.
you're gonna do it just like you did last time during a podcast. You went and picked up Juju Smith-Schuster during the podcast. Like,
Aaron Jones might be hurt for a couple weeks here. I could use a running back,
I might even have Dylan or whoever it is next man up, but I got like David Montgomery was getting touches. Damian Pierce, I didn't even want that guy. I got bullied into it by Kyle, Derek's brother.
People are freaking out with him, right? Because he had a bad first week.
Yeah, I think I like looked at him like he'll be fine, but I just have like 8 of those $10 to $20 running backs.
Okay.
This is what's gonna happen.
Well, make the man an offer. I'm talking to the general audience.
I mean,
Doesn't have to be me.
David Montgomery's
You're not
out
speaking
there.
to anybody?
I want a serviceable wide receiver.
Serviceable.
We'll figure out Josh Allen. But it's a 10-team league. We're all kind of quasi-loaded, That's
Well, I've
why,
got some serviceable wide receivers. I might have to look into this.
Dan, I mean, I'm playing the seat. I mean, I everybody needs a running back, right? But who's got the wide receivers? Who you guys playing next week? I have no idea. Are we playing each other?
Let me look. I think I had everything. I played.
I played Honeypot, and now I'm playing Phoenix.
Oh,
I
you're
don't know who
playing
Cook
Ben.
is.
You're playing Ben. Ben was the guy that drafted Kelsey and Cup. That's my shout out. Rookie manager, doesn't know what he's doing. He's already making moves like a seasoned pro.
He's got Cooper Cup burning up a bench spot, doesn't he? In an empty IR spot. What is he doing?
I'll have to alert him to that. That's probably one of the hardest things to grasp is a DL slot. He's got a good team. He's got Mahomes and Kelsey will be all right. And then once that's up and thumping, it'll just be pumping points all day. But he's texting me and the group saying, let's hear for Josh Allen. I mean, he's already a shit talker. Like grade A shit talker.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was lighting up the group chat.
I told him, I was like, dude, how about your first fantasy win like that way? I was like, I gave you a little taste. You're hooked, man. It's crazy.
Oh,
Well,
he's
good for
got
him.
Diggs. Yeah, so he.
Yeah.
That's right.
Is he the one who's the? Someone spent a lot of money
That
up
was him.
front.
Remember I came back for the break or whatever. I was like, so I saw Ben's text message 10 minutes ago. He asked for a rebuy or more money.
Okay.
He bought 4 players.
Yeah, he's got Kelsey for 64, Diggs for 49, and Cup
Okay.
for 34.
There was
That's in the
another
top
one.
13. Well, yeah, he also did Mahomes in the 20th pick, but that's
That's why I
Full.
thought
semi worth it.
I was going into that matchup and I was like, he's got Diggs, but I got Allen. Like, I thought the Bills were gonna regardless of the injury. I thought the Bills were gonna beat
Full
the shit
off
out of 'em.
stars. Jermaine Butler.
That's Bane. He was out of the draft, but then got
Okay.
what? Justin Jefferson,
He
another
has he
stud.
has Jefferson, Chase, and
Yeah,
McCaffrey.
yeah. He's got 3 studs. Yeah. Did he put up a lot of points? Of
He
course.
did good. He lost, but that's just because he went against one of the shearers.
The Bash brothers.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Chase necessarily had a good day, but McCaffrey and Justin definitely did, right?
Chase had a garbage day, but all
So did
the
Cincy.
entire Bengals team had a
Yeah.
garbage day. So
I
be
told
interesting to
Maine,
see how they
I
bounce back.
yeah, I told Maine like after the draft, I texted him. I was like, dude, you got three studs that could just, you know, lead
And
you.
Pittman, he's got Pittman as flex. Pittman put up 23. So
I don't know what to believe anymore. I just
yeah, I don't know either.
I put too much stock in Madison. I like him though.
Yeah, I got him in another league, and I'm questioning my decision there, but we'll see.
Well,
Before this, I also went down the line of the top scorers from week one and just like kind of compared it to what people paid for it in the draft. And there was like nobody in the top 15 was the top money
good point.
in the
Good
draft.
point. Yeah, I mean that's the way I approach auctions. The way I do, right? Like a lot of
There's also somebody in free agency that I snapped up too.
is his name Zay Jones or Juju Smith Schuster?
No.
All right. Well, I think this concludes our broadcast day. I don't have anything else. You guys got anything
Wait,
else?
we got other stuff on here.
I ran down the run through. That's it, Dan.
Well, it's about next week for
Dan's
the
like, we're not
NFL.
fucking done.
We're not done. It's an hour and 7 minutes.
It's gonna keep going. You gotta. I mean,
I
a
I
matchup. What are we talking about? Fantasy matchup or actual games?
I gave Ben the shout out and the week 2
Yeah.
look ahead. I mean,
What about a game? What about any game
Ooh,
next week you're
Yeah,
looking
what
forward
game you
to?
watching this weekend?
I don't know that I'm
Vikings
watching.
Eagles should be a good game.
Yeah.
What about Cincy Baltimore? Just AFC North. See if Cincy can bounce back.
Good call.
I'm
Those are
hoping
always good
personally.
matches.
Yeah, personally, I'm hoping Mark Andrews actually plays this week because that didn't turn out so great for me week one. We'll see what happens there, but they lose J.K. Dobbins again because Baltimore literally cannot have a healthy running back. They're not allowed to have a healthy running back aside from Lamar Jackson, who,
Chat the bed
is
last week too.
a
Yeah.
little bit. But
All
I'm
this.
curious to see if Burrow bounces back. Um, you know, really the entire Cincinnati offense against Baltimore. So it's typically a good matchup. I'm looking forward to that one. Also, I want to shout out, Kansas City and Jacksonville. I think that could be fun. You got the champs going against the up and comers in Jacksonville. It's really looking forward to seeing if Trevor Lawrence and company are for real this year, if they're going to actually make a run. I mean, I know they made the playoffs last year, but is that an actual team or not? I feel like it's a good test. If KC goes 0-2, that'd be really interesting from a shakeup perspective in the league.
Yeah.
They started off pretty slow last year too, but
Yeah.
you know, we can we can speculate their demise until they prove us wrong once again, most likely.
Exactly. Exactly.
Kadarius Tony, thank you.
I had just Seattle, Detroit, only because I need all their running backs to get going. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. So I'll be watching the usage. Um, yeah, and I don't even really want to touch the Chicago Tampa Bay game because whatever's gonna
Go
happen.
Bears.
Yeah, yeah. Now, due to the circumstances, New York Jets,
Yes.
Dallas. I hope Dallas does another. You know,
How about Dallas? We didn't talk about Dallas at all. Dallas
because
absolutely
they did,
destroyed
they did.
the Giants.
But I hate the Cowboys. I refuse to.
I mean, I do too. But that defense, like Micah Parsons, is
They're
a
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
He is a dude. Like one of the top dudes. Clearly that
So
pass rush against Daniel Jones, who again, I've said this during the draft, I'll keep saying it. One of the most punchable faces in the league, right? I found a lot of pleasure in Micah Parsons just destroying him. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I do hate the Cowboys. But they're as long as their offense, as long as Dak doesn't turn the ball over, I feel like that team is going to be pretty good this year. So
love Tony Pollard.
yeah,
All right, that's our week 2 ahead. Welcome back, boys.
break
Be back next week, hopefully.
and then
Go into the coal hole.